Iceland is a land of big differences. Fire and ice make its amazing views. Old volcanoes are right next to giant ice fields. This land has shaped its people. Icelanders feel very close to nature. They know it's strong and beautiful. This respect is part of what Icelanders are like. It changes how they look at the world. Our history is long, and we remember it well. The sagas are old stories about the first people who came here. These stories tell of being brave, of fights, and of tricky friendships. They are a big part of being Icelandic. We learn about the people who lived before us from these stories. This love of telling stories is still here today. It makes us love words and be good at telling stories. Living together has always been super important to get by here. Iceland has a small number of people. This makes everyone feel very close to each other. People look out for each other. This special way of life is behind everything in Iceland. Iceland having few people is a really big deal. Only about 370,000 people live here. This means lots of people grow up in places where everyone knows each other. Even in Reykjavik, the main city, it feels like a small town. You often see people you know. This closeness makes you feel like you know everyone. It also means news can get around super fast. Men and women being equal is a really important thing in Iceland. Iceland is always at the top of lists for countries where men and women are treated the same. Women and men have the same chances in school and at work. This equality is also true for dating. Gap 2S. Boys and girls don't have to act in old-fashioned ways when they date. Both men and women can be the first to say hi. Both can show they like someone openly. People in Iceland trust each other a lot. They generally trust each other. They also trust the government and police. This trust helps everyone feel safe and friendly. These things, a small town feel men and women being equal and lots of trust, make a special way people live together. Talking to people is usually pretty chill. Being open like this is key to understanding how Icelanders start relationships. Meeting new people in Iceland can be very direct. Icelanders are often known for saying what they think. They usually just say what they mean. This is true for showing they like someone too. If someone is interested, they might just tell you. They don't drop small clues or act like they're not interested as much. This honesty can be nice and new for people visiting. Going out at night was a very popular way to meet people you might date. Bars and clubs in Reykjavik, especially on weekends, were main places to meet people. People would go out with friends. They would mix and talk with new groups of people. Drinking alcohol could sometimes make people less shy. This might lead to them being more bold or making new friends. Meeting through groups of friends or friends you both know is also a big deal. Because the country is small, many people know the same friends. It's common to meet someone through a friend. This means you already trust them a bit. Fancy first dates don't happen much in Iceland. The first date might be very casual, like just hanging out. This chill way of meeting takes some of the worry out of those first times you meet. The idea of dating in Iceland can change a lot. There aren't many hard rules or steps you have to follow. In many other countries, there's a usual way things go. You might go on a few dates, then decide to only date each other, then become a couple. In Iceland, that path is not so clear. Things often just kind of happen naturally. People might spend time together and see what happens. Often people might get physically close pretty fast. It's not strange for people to get close in that way before they've had many dates, in the usual sense. Gap 2S. The feelings for each other can then grow from that closeness. This means it's important that you get along in many ways right from the start. People often get to know each other they first connect. It's all about seeing if you like being with each other. There's less worry about putting a label on the relationship right away. It's more about enjoying the moment now than worrying about what to call it later. Theta Redast, the hopeful way in Icelandic relationships. Theta Redast is a famous saying in Iceland. It kind of means, it will all work out okay. This saying shows a big part of how Icelanders think. It shows they are hopeful and strong. Icelanders deal with tough weather and a hard place to live. This saying shows how they can handle it when they don't know what will happen. They tend to believe that things will just work out. This way of thinking really affects how they do many things in life, even relationships. People often don't worry so much about what will happen with a new connection. They are more happy to just wait and see. They don't always need to know right away if it's serious or if the other person is committed. This way of thinking helps people be strong and change with things in a relationship. Relationships, like life, can have good times and bad times. The Theta Redist attitude helps couples get through tough times. They believe in finding answers and moving on together. There's also usually less worry about making things official right away. The theta redist way of looking at things lets relationships grow in their own time. Finding love today. New tech meets old ways. Computers and phones are a big part of dating in Iceland now. Dating apps like Tinder are very popular. Since there aren't a lot of people, these apps can actually help you meet more people. They let people connect with others they might not meet through their usual friends. Swiping right or left on your phone is a common way to show you like someone at first. This online way of meeting happens alongside the more old-fashioned ways of meeting people. An interesting tool in Iceland is the Islandingabók or Book of Icelanders. This is like a giant family tree website. It has info about how all Icelanders are related to each other. Some people maybe for fun or maybe for real. Check it to make sure they're not too closely related to someone new they like. Sites like Facebook and Instagram are also used a lot. People often check someone's page after meeting them, but people also know that what you see online isn't the whole story. Meeting in person is still super important for making real connections. Technology is just another way for people to start to connect. Family and sticking together. When things get serious. When relationships in Iceland get more serious, family often plays an important part, but not in a strict way. Meeting the family is usually a chill thing. It's not usually a scary, fancy meeting. Instead, a partner might slowly start joining in with family stuff like parties or dinners. Because families are often very close, it's nice if the family likes them. But being happy and getting along well together is the most important thing. It's very common in Iceland for couples to have kids before they get married. Or they might choose not to get married at all, even if they have a family. Gap 2S. This is totally okay and not seen as a bad thing. The main thing is being serious about each other and raising kids well together. Being together for a long time is really important, whether a couple is married or not. Deciding to get married is up to them. It's also normal for parents, even if they're not together, to work together well to raise their kids. Real stories, real Icelanders, stories from the dating world. Stories often show you best what dating in Iceland is like. Picture someone visiting Reykjavik in a bar. They start talking to a local person. After a short nice talk, the Icelander might just say, "You're nice, wanna come home with me?" Being so upfront can be a shock. But they usually don't mean to be mean. It's just them being honest about liking someone. Think about Anna and Bjorn. They met at a friend's party at a summer house. They really liked each other and talked all night. The next week, Bjorn asked Anna to go hiking. They didn't call it a date, they just liked doing things together. Soon they were spending most weekends together. Their friends started saying they were a couple. They never had a big talk about what are we. This natural way things happened is very common for how many Icelandic relationships start. Word gets around super quick, especially in smaller towns outside Reykjavik. This can sometimes make things a bit stressful. What's so cool about Icelandic love? Come understand with us. Dating in Iceland is really special. It's made from a mix of old times, nature, and what people think is important. How direct Icelanders are can be nice and different. Their easygoing way with relationships takes away a lot of the stress you find in other places. The fact that being equal is super important means things are usually more fair between people. Men and women are just as open when they meet someone new. This makes dating here sensible and pretty chill. What makes Icelandic relationships so interesting is this mix of old ways and sensible new ways. You can still feel how strong and independent the Vikings were. Yet Icelanders use new things like phones and have new ideas. They find love and friendship with a friendly attitude. The theta redist spirit makes relationships hopeful. Gap 2S. This allows for an easier and less worrying path to being partners. It's a way of doing things based on trusting people, being honest, and knowing how people connect when not many live around. There's something really nice about this straightforward way. It lets you be yourself. Learning about Icelandic dating is more than just understanding different ways of doing things. It's a culture that, once you get it, can really grab your heart and help you see how people can connect in new ways.